Live star Kelly Ripa offended by Stinky stranger, a morning show moment that took an unexpected turn. In a moment that no one saw coming, live with Kelly and Mark, co-host Kelly Ripa found herself at the center of an unexpected olfactory controversy. During what was meant to be a lighthearted anecdote segment, Ripa recounted a recent personal encounter that left her momentarily flustered, a little disgusted, and surprisingly candid. The cause of her discomfort? A stranger with such a potent body odor that it left a lingering impact, both literally and metaphorically. The event has since sparked an avalanche of reactions from fans, critics, and hygiene enthusiasts alike. As the buzz swells across social media and in the entertainment world, the story unfolds not just as a funny TV moment, but as a mirror to deeper cultural conversations about personal space, etiquette, and the social rules of scent in public spaces. The smelly encounter, Kelly Ripa's offbeat confession. It began like many other segments on Live with Kelly and Mark. Ripa and husband co-host Mark Consuelos were seated before the familiar pastel backdrop of their morning set, engaging in casual banter with their signature chemistry and comedic timing. With her usual energy, Ripa dove into a story from her day-to-day life, a subway ride, an errand run, or perhaps a coffee stop. But the tone quickly shifted as she began to describe her unsettling encounter with an individual whose body odor was assaulting in nature, as she phrased it. She didn't name the person or even hint at specifics that could identify them, a point that many later applauded. But the way she described the sensory overload, the visceral reaction she had, and the way it clung to her soul, in her own words, made it clear that the impact was unforgettable. The description, at times humorous, veered into the theatrical, as Ripa recounted how she held her breath, shifted seats, and even considered exiting the space altogether, all without offending the person in question. Mark's reaction, a mix of support and surprise. Mark Consuelos, ever the supportive spouse, reacted with a blend of laughter and mild concern. Known for their offbeat marital dynamic, he tried to gently steer the conversation away from becoming too pointed, but Ripa wasn't done. She dove deeper into the awkwardness of trying to maintain social politeness while battling an invisible enemy, a scent so strong it made her question her decision to leave home without perfume. Consuelos cracked a few jokes, suggesting perhaps the person had been working out or was unaware, and even mused that Ripa's nose was overly sensitive due to her intense skincare and health routines. Ripa laughed, but firmly disagreed, making it clear this was no ordinary gym funk. This was an odor of epic proportions. Audience reaction, laughter, sympathy, and debate. The studio audience responded in waves, laughter, head shakes, and a few audible gasps. At-home viewers soon flooded social media with reactions ranging from "she's so real for that" to "Kelly went too far." Some praised her for voicing what many have quietly experienced, but never dared to admit publicly. Others criticized the segment as insensitive, arguing that body odor can stem from health issues, homelessness, or cultural differences. Some fans created memes out of her exaggerated facial expressions during the retelling. Others shared similar stories, making the comment sections across platforms feel like a community forum for most awkward encounters with strangers. But as with anything Ripa-related, her outspoken nature stirred both admiration and controversy. Hygiene in the spotlight. Though the story was shared in a comedic tone, it unintentionally highlighted a more serious issue: hygiene and social etiquette in shared spaces. From subways to elevators, buses to movie theaters, many people have had to navigate the uncomfortable reality of being in close proximity to someone with noticeable body odor. Ripa's story reignited that conversation, pushing it into the mainstream morning show circuit. Experts in public health weighed in on the matter through follow-up discussions and think pieces, emphasizing that while personal hygiene is indeed a private matter, its public implications are very real. There were even side conversations about accessibility to hygiene products, social stigmas, and the mental health implications of being labeled smelly in society. Did Ripa go too far? Not everyone found humor in Ripa's retelling. A wave of viewers took to online platforms to express their discomfort, arguing that even if the story was true, it could be seen as punching down. Some questioned whether her comments were laced with classism or privilege, particularly if the stranger was dealing with financial hardship or homelessness, two factors that often make personal hygiene harder to maintain. Others pointed out that Ripa's delivery, though humorous, lacked compassion. Was it really necessary to bring this story to national television? Could she have made her point, the awkwardness of public proximity, without targeting someone, even anonymously? These debates gained traction, giving the moment more cultural weight than anyone on set likely anticipated. The network response: radio silence or PR tactic? So far, the show's producers and the network have remained silent. No official statement has been released, and there are no signs that Ripa or Consuelos will address the backlash, at least not immediately. Some speculate that the moment will quietly fade, like many viral blips before it. Others think the show might return to it in a future episode, perhaps in the form of a cheeky apology or a light-hearted reenactment. But behind the scenes, it's likely the network is closely monitoring audience metrics, social media sentiment, and viewer feedback. Ripa has long walked the tightrope between being endearing and blunt. It's a part of her charm, but even seasoned hosts know that one unscripted story can land differently in today's hyper-connected media world. Celebrity culture and the rise of oversharing. In the age of relatable celebrities, oversharing is almost a requirement for staying relevant. Ripa has always been a frontrunner in that arena. She talks about colonoscopies, menopause, parenting, and her sex life without batting an eyelash. It's part of why audiences feel close to her. She's not afraid to break the polished veneer. But this incident raises the question, where is the line? In a culture that rewards viral moments and audience engagement, it's easy to forget that real people are at the heart of these stories. Whether Ripa's tale was exaggerated for comedic effect or not, it's a stark reminder that there's a difference between being honest and being inadvertently cruel. A teaching moment in disguise? Despite the backlash and debate, the segment has led to something useful, people talking, really talking, about the unspoken rules of existing in public spaces. From reminding people to practice self-awareness to encouraging greater empathy for those who may struggle with hygiene due to health or social circumstances, this story has done more than entertain. Some educators even use the clip as a discussion point in classrooms, asking students to explore where humor ends and social sensitivity begins. Others encouraged open conversations in workplaces about how to handle such situations respectfully.